Good morning, sunshines. Today, the video's all about how I've now hit 100 million power and what an account of that caliber actually looks like in detail. I don't think anyone's actually done videos like this. People are calling me a Kraken these days, so you guys can judge for yourselves whether I'm a whale or a Kraken, but I'm going to showcase you what a 100 million account really looks like, okay? Let's get to it. So, what to start with? My marches, of course. So, we're going to look at my marches here, and you can see the power of them up at the top here, and that's going to take into account everything from its tech, including the mercenary tech, its armor development, its rings as well, and the hero details as well, okay? So like its level, its skills, like the skill scrolls and all that stuff. So it's everything combined to do with the troops, and this is my strongest march at the moment. This is Lubu, as always, with Attila and Rani, and it's at 16.9 million power. It's very, very high. It's very, very high, even by whale standards. And if we just go into him, if anyone's interested in looking, I actually have Ring of Daisy on him because he just gets more out of it when he's doing his damage, especially with all the normal attacks going off. Ring of Daisy is maxed, so it's doing a lot of work, and its armor is full stars, full level, as you can see. Attila is getting there. He's on almost all lightning shards now, and all level 80s, of course. I do have a lot of more armor stuff to use, by the way, and I'll show you my inventory in a second. So this is by no means my limit yet. Okay, and then Rani, of course, all level 80s as well with these rings. You can see everything yourselves, folks, so feel free to pause and go back to look at whatever I'm running myself. My second march here is this is King Arthur, and this is not my second strongest march, but this is just my second march in position. Okay, my King Arthur is doing pretty well. Let's have a look. He's also getting towards maxed armor here, all level 80s, of course, and then Trebwana here too. Is pretty much approaching lightning shards for everything, as well as all level 80s. And then Constantine's a little bit behind, just a little, on his legs there and his arm pieces, but he'll be in lightning shards in no time as well. So looking pretty good, and you can see those rings. The rings are only level 10 on this armor, on this march. Could be better, all right? I'm working on the rings at the moment. But I did get hit with this event, which is lasting quite a while, so all my money's going into that at the moment. So the rings are going to have to take a little bit of a break. Moving on to my third march here, which is probably my weakest march now, at 11 million, all right, 11.2 million, and that is Pikes, which has unfortunately always been my weakest march. But the good news about Pikes is they're so good. They've got good stats in both attack and defense, and they're so durable. They're so durable. I have no tech for mercenaries put into this march at all. None. And not even stage 1 yet. And it still performs alongside, on par with the rest of my marches when I'm just grouping up and attacking everything in KVK. So it's able to hold its own. It's very, very good. However, I will of course get to them on the Merc Tech eventually. But this is Caesar. He's on those level 10 rings. These guys are on level 80s and 60s, all right? But actually, I have enough items to make them all level 80 now, and you can see his stars are doing okay as well. Octavian, biggest damage dealer in this, it seems, is not even max skills yet. Unfortunately, I've neglected these guys. Caesar's max skills. Octavian is not max skill yet, but we're just one piece each to go on them, and that will be short work, all right? We'll be able to finish that off in a couple of days or weeks or so. And then his stars are doing okay, a little bit behind, but he'll also be 80 armor later today, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Ramcam doing pretty well, level 20 Ring of Falcon on him, but 80s, 60s. Like him, likewise, he'll also be 80s. His stars are a little bit behind. All right, well, that's just it. This is my last march, if you want to put it in terms of how power goes for this. Moving on to my fourth march, is brand new, just slapped together. This is at 14.4 million power, and that's without armor. I have not developed their armor yet at all, and that's actually something I'm going to do in a second, because I want to be able to compare its power difference and show you guys what power looks like in a march when you're doing their armor. But either way, their stars are all 5, of course. You can see his armor here. His ring is level 30, Ring of Serpent, and his armor is completely empty, okay? They're all level 1s, and they're all 0 stars, all right? That's for all 3 of these guys. So still at 14.4 million is pretty good, I think, pretty strong. Their max skills, all right, and their talents are all done as well. But you can see everything there. My Charlemagne is donning the Lofty ring, I think is a really good ring here. It even comes with strategy bonus, which is quite nice. But likewise, everything's max on him except for the armor, which is all zeroed, of course. And I'll be changing that in a second. And then Theodora with the most vital ring of the March, of course, which is Everflame ring. And that is all 1 zeroed armors as well. All right. And my final March was actually my second most powerful March at 16.1 million. I'm keeping Mulan in the game. And the reason why I'm running double archers in the Age of Lubu is I've stage 2 finished. Merc Tech for archers, stage 2 is finished. And I'm also Chinese civilization. That's the extra 5% defense for archers. My archers are super, super strong. So I do not recommend anybody to just go double archers right now with all the Lubus running around. Only do it if you're like on the top, all right? Because then you can get away with it. That's it. So I'm looking forward to doing this. Let's do something here. Just keep in mind here. Let's just do this March. Let's do its armor. Keep in mind this 14.4 million power on this March right here. They have no gems on them. They have no armor stuff done whatsoever. Now, let's go to my inventory. This is the next part of being a Kraken, whale, whatever you want to call me. I'm sitting on a lot of gems, as you can see here. Absolute mania with gems here. And I have a load of gems still just sitting and chilling, waiting for me to get to. And I will pop these open in a second too. But looking down here in the other tab, this is the important tab. You're going to see all the armor items I have that I'll be using on Ramses right now. We've got 2.2k magma crystals, 1.4k lightning crystals, and there's still more to be bought today, which is going to be a little later after I do the lucky bag thing. So I'll be able to get more of these lightning crystals to max out some more stuff. And I have 477,000 of these things, which is why I'm saying all my marchers are going to be level 80 in a sec anyway. So that's that. All right, I got 10 of these to just keep me supplied. Okay. Looking at my buffs, I mean, if you're really interested in that, there's not really much to say about buffs. My medals tab, I now only have 781 of these. I did have loads, but I used most of them on Ramses just a second ago. I had 2.1 thousand of these earlier, but I've maxed almost all my skills now on that. And I'm looking pretty good. I'm not sweating from medals. At 781, I have nothing to use these on until Season 4. They are going to stack up and rack up very nicely for free, right? Free to play or in the small, cheap bundles. I'm not going to be going out of my way to buy these, but I get them from the VIP store every week, as well as just additional places from the free-to-play stuff and whatever else. They're going to be stacking up nicely. My signet rings are looking pretty handsome here. I got level 20s and 10s across the board on the golds. There's level 20, 20, 20 on the important rings here, 20. This is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. And then on the purples, I got 30, 30, 20 and 20 on those. And then the blues that I'm using, Ring of Daisy is the only one. Oh, no. Well, Ring of Daisy is the only one I'm using on my fighting marches, is maxed at level 30. And that's that. So let's go ahead and do my Ramses armor, all right? And we will be able to compare that 14.4 million power. I'm only going to use the gems I have at the moment. I'm not going to crack open the gems just yet because I do have to go through them a little bit more carefully. But we can just go ahead and upgrade absolutely everything to max. All the way up to 80, and I will be back here in a second when I've done that, because I don't think you guys need to watch me do this. I'll be back at everything level 80 and gems in and everything, and we'll see the power difference from 14.4 million to what it becomes just from armor. All right, folks, and we're back to my Ramses March now, and you can see how my armor has blossomed. So we maxed out the arm piece on Ramses, giving us all the way up to extra skill damage plus 3%. We've added in a bunch of gems, a mix of all reds and some red tier 1s as well in there, in all three, of course. So all 80s, of course, 2 stars on everybody as well for everybody else, except for the arm pieces, because that 2nd star is not necessary really, it's just for siege. And you can see everybody's at 2 stars. So I'm still working. I still got like armor pieces to collect for this march, because I got 2 archer marches now and I used a lot on the Mulan one. So I'll get them and we'll be able to push into the 3rd star pretty soon for these. But with all red gems, level 80 armor, and 2 stars minimum with some extras in there, we can have a look at what kind of power that march now now gets me, if we go down to where I put it in, which is here, I'm now at 16.2 million. So the armor that I just showcased to you has made a massive difference, almost 2 million more power for this troop. All right, so it's a huge difference with the armor only, and I'm only halfway through most of that armor, as well as you guys saw. Didn't get to use my lightning crystals on much of it, only the arm piece for Ramses, which is vital. Skill damage is insane, so it's gonna be really strong now. I'm looking forward to pushing those 3rd stars too. That's power for troops. Moving on to my tech, I think is an important one to showcase. If you guys have probably assumed my university is all done, let's go into research real quick. I'm not all done with economic tech, but it's not that important. Production of mills, gathering, so-so, all right, gathering, not that important, but I've got these 10 here, so there's really not much left. All right, it's really the unimportant things. And I'm doing building speed next because I'm about to hit renovations, which brings me to almost. Let's have a look at the military tech. You guys can assume all military tech is done. Every single thing in here is maxed out. There's absolutely nothing left for me to do in this tab whatsoever. All right, everything's maxed. So that's great. That was done a while ago. As for the castle, like I was about to say, we're about to hit renovations. So I'm 2 levels off of renovations here. Everything else is level 5'd. So I'm looking forward to that because that's going to open up huge stat bonuses with each level of Citadel renovation for certain buildings. It's going to be insane for my marches. There's a much bigger buff from those buildings per building than there is from the techs. Which brings me to the techs, okay? The mercenary techs, which you can look at here. This is my stage 1. All done. Just the archers are on 4 out of 5 for counter damage against swordsmen, and swordsmen are on 4 out of 5 for counter damage against pikes. Not too pushed for the top one, honestly, because it's the least important one. They're already doing counter damage to those marches, so it's already pretty strong. You can see my pikes are completely neglected. But going to stage 2, I've got 1s across the board. I'm actually doing 2s across the board on the swords here, except for the top one. And then I've done all of the archers and cavalry except for the top one for the same reason, guys. And nothing is done on the pikes. That's my stage 2 tech looking really good, honestly. Obviously, I focused on archers today because I have 2 archer marches. So just between the cavalry and the archer marches, I'm going to get a benefit for 3 out of 5 of my marches. I'm working on swordsmen next because I may end up swapping Ramses to swords, not sure yet, and if I do, I'll already get the benefit of the sword mercenary tech when that's done too. Something else people might be interested in looking at from a Kraken's perspective is this stuff right here. So I've been doing tech, but you can see my resources are at 15.3 billion right now, and that's despite the KVK that I've been pushing in, so it's pretty good. I'm pretty comfortable with this at the moment. I don't think I'll ever need resources because they do keep piling up. As for speed ups, of course, I've used a lot of speed ups as well, but building speed ups is a good comparison. So I was at pretty high research speed ups, but I've been using it today to get my tech done. Training speed ups is pretty handsome too. Healing speed ups is never, I don't need healing speed ups. I don't know, man. I just never use them. And universals is just on the brink, actually. I've been using them too for techs now. So pretty respectable considering I'm using it all, but there is a long way to go because when I open that 3rd tech tree, that's going to require a hell of a lot. Yeah. As for troops, people often ask me what kind of troops number I have. I have 2.4 million at the moment. It's a little less than what you'd expect for someone of my power, but I do go ham in KVK, so I do lose a lot. It's okay. It's easily replenishable either way. You can see my VIP up here too. VIP 18. I've been VIP 18 for a while. Forgot to claim this today. It's really hard to remember claiming that now that I'm maxed. But yeah, that's done. That's fine. Hoping they are going to be adding new VIP levels, they said, but it's a little bit far off, right? So they officially did, Catherine did officially confirm that they're going to be adding that at some point, new VIP level. So I'm hoping my points that I'm buying since maxed actually do count in the future. I really do hope so. So that'd be good. As for heroes in general, folks, I have absolutely everything. every hero. I just always make it a habit to unlock every hero because I can always build them anytime in the future with universal medals. So you can see I have a bunch of heroes here that are level 1 that I don't use yet, or might not use ever. It's okay, but I may use in the future, and I'll be able to build them because I have them, and that's important. People might regret that they never got like Ashika or Richard or stuff like that, because they don't come around very often. They take their time making the rounds, I'll tell you that. So they will come back. Don't worry, they will come back. You just have to wait. As for this event, which was an absolutely insane event, I'm buying everything because these are the best deals you're going to be getting for the rest of the year until we hit that 1-year anniversary. So if you spend 15k in this event, you won't have to spend it throughout the rest of like 6 months or so, or whatever other events you do, because this is a major haul. I planned on buying this, but I'm actually waiting for, I'm planning on buying this too, but I'm waiting for the lucky bag so I can get more vouchers for this, so I can get more lightning crystals and building speed ups, and I absolutely do buy all of the good ones as well as the refresh every day on this. But this is expensive as crazy. This is so crazy. This is why I haven't bought these things yet, because all of my money is going into this right here every day until it ends. So I will of course have time to buy the other things which have more time on them after that one ends. So they added this out of nowhere today, or they added a new pack today which is gone now because I bought it. Unfortunately, I can't show you every single pack because the ones that are finished are gone. They're out of the list. Oh, there's so much though. They're throwing so much at me here. It's absurd. It's so hard to keep on top of it all and get it all. But I also have 9 days left on this, so this is like really less priority. But I will be absolutely getting this because it comes with good buffs. So much. But as a whale or as a Kraken, you gotta buy as much as you can from this event. This is going to get you that big boost that you need. And finally, a little final word about how much I spent in this game. People will be curious about that. What it estimates to if you are converting via currency exchange. I live in Japan, I use yen, and I've spent up until the end of February, is how much I know, is 7.9 million yen. It's a lot. If you're converting that, it's about $55 grand. Okay, so that's a lot too. But conversion, it doesn't really work in sense of conversion, because a person working in Japan earning yen is getting the same numbers, not the same value of currency, as someone working a similar job in America, all right, in dollars. All right? So it's 1-to-1 if you really think of it. So you can really think of it as me having spent about $79,000 if you're doing a 1-to-1 ratio, which is crazy. It's a lot. Some of the biggest drains have been King Arthur, really mad drain on that. But I'm looking forward to the next mythical, which is also partially why I picked archers for Ramses. So I'll have that armor ready to transfer over to the new mythical whenever that comes out, and it will be ready to go. I think it's a good strategy in that. A lot of thinking involved in all of this and how you manage your accounts and how you manage your things. But that is the Kraken life, folks. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. That is really the ultimate overview of a Kraken's account. I'm not sure what else you might want to know, honestly. There's just so many layers to this game. There really is. So you got a glimpse of what my composition is, and it does work. It does work, but it's not enough to carry, okay, in situations where we're outnumbered. That's something to keep in mind. You guys keep playing. If you're not that level, at the same level as I am, that's fine. What wins out in the end is activity numbers. So keep those activity numbers up, gang up on the enemy, and you will win, even if they have a mega super whale, okay? So you can do it. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you around in another video. Have a good one. Bye.